what they have to do, okay, in the job description. All right, now, the next topic will be those who have the textbook. You look at the textbook. Those who don't have the textbook, you listen, okay? This is the additional slide. This is one of the very first topic in the chapter, in the beginning of the chapter. I move it to be here. Okay, take the screenshot first. Take the screenshot. Then, as I said, this is the first topic in the beginning of the chapter. And now another topic, model of motivation, that is in the middle of the chapter. Okay, this chapter, model of motivation, I'm going to link these two together. So now let's start with characteristics of effort. Okay, now, before we start the topic, if you guys look at yourself and we adjust, okay, now we are doing online mode, okay. For me, I need to see students since 9 o'clock. So I had to wake up early. Waking up 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning is early for me, okay? All right, so for you guys also need to attend the class, need to see the advisor, need to do the project and so on. You guys will have to wake up early. And also sometimes with a lot of projects these days, you guys might be sleeping late, or sometimes you guys might have like sleepless nights. So what about the doctors? What about the engineers and so on? What we are trying to say here is everyone, we have to perform our daily activities. Talking about work, job, we have to perform job-related activities. For example, for you guys, you are just students. But for me, as an employee, then I have to perform the work activities, isn't it? So when we perform those work activities, instead of just doing it, we should pay attention and then we should put effort and we do it nicely so that we can get the better outcome. According to characteristic of effort, there are 3 situations. Now we will see the first one. That is, of course, we know that we have to, since we are working at one company, in this case, for salespeople, when they are working at a company, then they have to perform many selling, non-selling activities here. These are the activities that they have to perform. That is number 1. For example, calling on the target prospect, prospecting, calling on the account, right? That is, okay, one of the activities that they have to perform. Number 2 is telling us that the quality of effort on the task. When we perform any activity that we have to perform, when we put effort, we can get a better performance. For example, calling on the prospect. It's not just only you go and meet them and then you talk to them. What would you do? Before you go and meet them, you prepare very well. Okay? So prepare well, learning about the prospect first, and then you may prepare the question and answers, okay? And you prepare your best. After that, you go and meet the prospect. So that means that you put effort, preparing, taking time, learning about them. That is the second one. So the third one is that you can expect the better result, okay? So if you do that, then what would you do? Instead of just go and talk to the prospect, if you prepare well, you learn about them, and you go and meet them, then you can expect the, better result, that is achieving the sales. Okay, so listen again. We activities That is number one. So when we perform those daily activities, daily responsibilities, we should put effort. That is number two. When we put effort in performing those daily activities will lead us better performance that is the third one. So number one, you have to make a sales call. Number two, you prepare well, take your time, spend a lot of time and effort learning about the prospect, make the appointment, and you go and see them. The third one, so that you can achieve the order, you can close the sale. Is that clear? All right. So now let's come to model of motivation. If you read the textbook, it's quite confusing, okay? Like many paragraphs, and they mention about other theories. But we are going to focus only on the model, okay? We will not pay attention to those other theories. According to model of motivation, it says that when we perform our daily activities, okay, the plans that we are responsible for, we should put effort. And by resulting better performances, then that will lead us to achieving the reward. Okay? For example, we put effort in calling on the prospect, learning about them, okay, preparing well, making the appointment. And then when we call the prospect by preparing well, our performance will be getting the sales, able to close the order. So if we get the sales, if we can close the order, we achieve the sales objective. In the future, we get the reward or we get the commission. Clear? Guys?
Yes.
Now we are going to see the relationship between effort and performance. In your textbook, you will see relationship between effort and performance, and you see expectancy here. Okay? So expectancy is the relationship between effort and performance. We expect that the more effort we put, the better in the performance. There is a likelihood that when we increase the effort, then that will lead to better performance. So they have the positive relationship. More effort, better performance. Then now, when we come to performance and reward, okay, relationship between performance and reward, what we are seeing is like, when we get the better performances, we can expect the reward. When our performances are better and better and better, then we can receive more and more. We call that relationship as instrumentality. There is a likelihood that greater performance will lead to more reward. So when you look at the when you look at the when you look at the arrows, actually these arrows supposed to be, you see, like expectancy is supposed to be here in the middle. Instrumentality is also supposed to be in the middle here. Okay, I try to adjust, but I cannot. Okay, now let's come to reward. This arrow is here. This is correct. For reward, when people receive the reward, they like it, right? They are happy. So for many people, achieving the reward is very important for them. Whenever they have good performances, better performances, they expect the reward. But that is not true for some salespeople. Okay? Some salespeople perceive that reward is not important for them. There are some other things more important than reward. So if they don't want reward, what do they want? For example, they want the respect, recognition from co-workers and the top management. Okay? So that we call as variance. Variance is importance of receiving more or certain reward. We have to perform our daily activities. Relating to our job, our career, we also have job-related activities that we have to perform. So when we perform those job-related activities, we should put effort so that we can get the better performance. When we put effort and we can get better performances, so when we put more and more effort, we expect to get better, higher and higher performances. And when we perform, we can expect the reward. When our performances are better and better, then we can expect more and more reward. For some people, receiving the reward is very important for them, but for some people, they do not expect to receive the reward. They don't think that that is important. But what is important for them will be something else. For example, like getting the respect, okay, or recognition from their co-workers and the management. Is that okay? Yes. So that is about model of motivation, okay? I link with then now we will come to different types of sales quota. Come to sales quota. These are the additional slides, okay? You don't have them. So you better take the screenshot. The type of the quota, okay? Let's look at the definition of the sales quota first. Sales quota or quotas are the sales objectives that the company or the sales manager will set and assign individual salespeople to achieve within the specific period of time. Listen again. Sales quota are the sales objectives assigned by the manager or the company to individual salesperson that they have to achieve within the specific time frame. Okay, sales quota. We can set the sales quota in 3 different types, okay? The first one will be in terms of sales volume. Second one will be in terms of profit. And the third one will be in terms of activity. So we will see one by one. Let's see sales volume quota. Under sales volume, we can set the sales quota under sales volume quota in terms of dollar value. For example, like amount of money. Okay? Sales volume in units. How many units they have to sell? Or the points. How many points they have to earn to achieve the quota? So let's see one by one. Dollar volume quota. We set the sales objective or sales quota in terms of amount of money, how much they have to achieve within that particular period of time. So if you look at this each must achieve 3 million baht sales at the end of the year. So 3 million baht, that is in terms of amount of money, dollar volume, okay? At the end of year 2021, end of this year, there is a specific period of time. It can be like a monthly quota, quarterly quota, yearly quota, okay? So it depends on the company. Then usually the sales quota would be like annual sales quota in the whole year, how much they have to achieve. So that at the end of the year, we will be able to evaluate their performances. Okay? Second one will be unit volume quota. For example, to sell 5 units of passenger cars in each quarter. Each quarter, within 3 months, each salesperson must sell at least 5 cars, 5 units. So be careful about the unit, be careful about the time frame, okay? Assume that this is quarterly basis. Therefore, within 1 year, how many units the salesperson will have to sell? 1 quarter, 3 months, 1 year, 4 quarters, right? So 1 quarter, 5 units, 4 quarters, 20 units. Therefore, sales volume quota for each salesperson would be 20 units per year. The next one, point quota system. That is a little bit more detailed. When we set the point quota system, it's not directly like here, first and second. The third one is we will come up with the points that they will earn for some certain level of sales. For example, here, look at my example. If they can sell 10,000 baht every time, if they can sell product X for 10,000 baht, they get 1 point. But if they sell product Y, the same amount, 10,000 baht, they get 2 points. If they sell product Z, the same amount, 10,000 baht, the point is getting higher, 3 points. Okay? Then the manager or the company will be setting the total points that they have to achieve. You see that? When we use point quota system, when we should use it? One thing is when you have like, many different products, okay? And when you want to pull up the sales of like unpopular products, or if you want to clear are 3 products, the amount of sales to achieve is the same amount every 10,000 baht. But the points that they achieve here are different. By looking at this example, you should know that product X, we assign only 1 point. Therefore, product X must be easy selling product, popular product. People like it. We can sell easily. Since we can sell easily, we assign only 1 point. Because if we can sell easily, sales people can get 10,000 baht easily. Right? So what about here product Z? We assign 3 points. Definitely, it must be difficult to sell. Product, unpopular model, unpopular design. Or it might be like old stock, old inventory. Possible. That's why you have to push them, right? You have to push them to the market. That's why you assign the high points. When you introduce a new product, you can also assign higher points to the new product so that your salespeople want to get more points faster, then they will push the new product to the market. See that? So these are the reasons why we should use point quota system. But for unit volume quota system, the second one, unit volume, usually like the companies selling like heavy machine and equipment and installation. For example, like machines, production machines, okay, or the systems, robotic system, IT system, or like automobile, cars. Usually they set a quota in terms of volume. How many machines they have to sell in a year? How many cars they have to sell in a year? That kind of situation, okay? That would be different from like consumer goods. For example, if you look at soft drink, potato chips, right? Instant noodles, slippers, shirts, trousers. So those for consumer goods, consumer goods or convenience goods, those manufacturers usually like to set their dollar volume code. That is general. It depends on the company. Okay. But these days, the companies start using combination of different, all of them. Okay. How is it possible? For example, let's say you have the total sales volume, 3 million, right? So that's 3 million baht, and assuming that 3 million to sell cars, 5 units, for example, like 1 unit, if 1 unit 1 million, 5 units 5 million, 20 million, okay, let's change this one. Assume that for a car manufacturer, okay, the sales volume will be 20 million baht that each salesperson will achieve. And every year, they have to sell about 20 units of cars. Okay, let's stick to the previous example. Then I'll give you all of them together at the same time. Okay, so just stick to this one first. Then after that, I'll give you the whole overall example. Okay, any question now? Any question? Second one, profit-based quota. We are going to focus on profit rather than sales. Since we focus on profit, what we need to consider would be the expenses. Okay, the way we calculate the profit will be total sales revenue, we deduct the expenses, then we have the profit. But we are going to set the quota for the future. We don't know exactly what will be the indirect selling expenses in the future because it is difficult to, calculate, okay? Usually when we calculate the profit, we base on the total sales revenue, we deduct cost of goods sold, then we get gross margin. Or that gross margin, we also deduct the direct selling expenses, we come up with the contribution margin. That was before midterm we study already. So it's difficult to know what are the direct selling expenses in the market. For example, actual traveling expenses of salespeople, we don't know, okay? Actual, let's say gasoline and some other like expenses. We don't know, therefore, it is difficult to calculate the profit. Anyway, many companies like to use profit-based quota because they don't want to get the low profit, okay? It is possible that you see like, when salespeople find that some products are difficult to sell, some products are easy to sell, they might choose easy selling products to achieve the sales volume very fast if we use volume quota, sales volume quota, right? Or sometimes for difficult products or like unpopular products, salespeople might be using discounts and other promotional materials. So when we give the discount to customers, when we give the promotional material, for example, sample and like premium, to have in the company. So when salespeople use a lot of promotion and discount, they can sell the product, they achieve the sales volume quota, but what will happen? With the large expenses, large high costs, then the profit will suffer. We don't want this kind of situation. So by using profit-based quota, we will tell our salespeople that, okay, whatever promotion, discount they use, that's their part, okay? But make sure that they need to maintain this profit level. They should not get lower than this profit level. You get it? So that is like trying to control salespeople, not to give away very, very large promotions. Try to encourage them to reduce their expenses. Then the last one will be activity quotas. Activity quotas are based on the activities that they will have to perform. Here in the table, we saw already these are different activities that salespeople need to perform. Okay, so when we set the activity quota, we will come up with the numbers for each activity, how many times they have to perform. For example, number of calls per day. That means that every day they have to make at least 4 calls. Okay, they have to submit their weekly sales report. Weekly sales report. Therefore, in the whole year, if we have 48 reports, then how many reports they have to submit? 48 reports, isn't it? For salespeople who are responsible for contacting the retail stores, not only selling the product, okay, they have some other activities. For example, like filling the inventory on the shelf for the retailers, okay, whether they will be providing like some other like special display, okay. These are the activities of salespeople as well, okay. How many proposals that they have to write and submit. For example, like each salesperson will have to submit at least 1 proposal per week or 2 proposals per week. That's also like we can count until the end of the year that is possible. So you see, like for those activity quotas, even though we are telling them how many times they should perform for which activity, and at the end of the year, we count total, and then we will be evaluating their performances. Sometimes it is not reliable because you see, like we tell them to make 4 calls per day. So they just call 4 calls. They just make the calls, but they cannot close the sales. So those 4 calls that they made were not like effective, right? They make 4 calls because we just set the quota 4 calls. They just call it. They just call the customer. So here, when we use activity quotas, it can be like focusing on quantity rather than quality. The quality might not be good. And also like writing the report and whatever thing. We don't know whether they really write the report, whether whatever they write in the report, whether they really perform or not, we don't know, right? They might say that, oh, we make 4 calls every day, but we cannot just sit down and then look at them. We cannot ask customer, hey, did my salesperson call? We cannot do that. So you see, like using activity quotas, there will be some issues that we have to be careful as a sales manager. Okay. Anyway, these are the 3 types of quotas: sales volume, profit-based, and activity quotas. So now, if you look at the example, for sales volume quota, okay, to achieve 3 million baht, and profit-based quota, for example, they need to achieve 3 million baht, and from that 3 million total sales volume, they have to maintain at least 300,000 as profit. And of course, they have to perform those activity quotas. That's why these days, okay, most of the managers are using combination of these different quotas. Okay, so when we split into like more details, for example, like to achieve sales volume quota, just now I showed you that we have dollar volume, we have unit volume, we have point quota system. Okay, let's take like unit sales volume quota 3 million. This is in terms of amount of dollar, right? Dollar sales volume. In terms of dollar value. So what about in terms of unit? In terms of unit, then what we can do here would be, for example, what should be the product? What should be the product? Usually when I teach in class, I like to write down on the board, but here I cannot write down. I have to type in everything. I did that also in the last class, but I think I didn't save it last semester. Okay, unit volume. For example, in terms of dollar value, they have to achieve 3 million baht. All right? And the unit volume, they have to achieve, for example, let's say this is for yearly basis. Okay? Yearly basis. For example, they have to achieve, if we just stick to automobile, for example, units, just to make it easy per year. So what about point quota system? $3 million divided by 6. What is the selling price per unit, guys? Is that correct? Yes. Okay. That is possible. See that? So for example, like if we have like 3 different models, then for each model, we set different points, isn't it? So that product might be, for example, like a small packaging machine. Okay? So small packaging machine. So total sales to achieve in terms of sales volume will be 3 million baht per year. So that is to obtain overall profit 300,000 baht per year. And activity quotas that they have to perform. And for our machine, there are 3 models. Okay? So when we set the point quota system, for every, let's say, 50,000 baht. Don't stick to the numbers, okay? The numbers are just to give you the idea. Don't stick to the numbers. So if they can sell model A, 20,000 baht, they get 1 point, and so on. It's not only A, B, and C. It's not only 1, 2, 3. It's not only X, Y, Z, okay? It depends on how many products and how many types and how many models, how many designs you have. You can use all of them. Or assume that you have only, existing product and new product. Okay? Existing product, you want to clear the stock, you set a higher point. Or even like new product, you want to push to the market, you set higher point. That is also possible. It depends. So, as I said, these are just the examples, okay, to make you understand. Can you follow?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So, let's go to the last topic in chapter 11, all right? That is about incentive program. Incentive programs are the additional programs that we will develop in order to motivate our salespeople to put more effort to get the better than normal performances, higher than the normal performances, and we will be giving them rewards. Okay, those incentive programs have limited amount of time. Usually when we have intensive programs, it will be about 1 to 3 months only. Okay, you don't take longer than that. You should not. Daily activities that they have to perform. For example, every day, how many calls they have to make, how many reports they have to submit, meeting the customers, and so on. And apart from those daily activities, they have to perform something extra within the given period of time. Then they will receive the reward. There are many incentive programs, but in your textbook, it mentioned about sales contest. Okay? For sales contest, even though it doesn't mention detail in the textbook, you guys listen. When we organize or when we develop the sales contest, that is for salespeople, okay? Remember that salespeople are selling the product, trying to achieve their sales goals and sales quota. They need to compete among themselves, isn't it, in the sales force? So when we have the sales contest, salespeople will be competing among themselves, try to be the winner. Okay? When they win the contest, then they get the reward. Listen to the example, okay? I will have the sales contest. Usually, for example, like my sales are low during summer. During summer season, my sales are very low. So that summer period of time, for example, just now, all my salespeople will have to achieve 3 million baht sales quota per year. Okay? But within that 3 month period, March, April, May, they need to achieve extra, for example, like 50,000 or 100,000. It depends. In this case, then my sales contest will be within 3 months. All my salespeople will be performing their all assigned activities as usual. But within those 3 months, they have to achieve extra amount of sales that we set for the contest. Then at the end of the period, after 3 months, we will look at the winner. We can have only one winner. We can have 2, 3 winners. For example, like first prize, second prize, third prize. Then the winner will receive the reward. Usually the rewards are here on the picture, okay, on the slide. Usually these are having high monetary value. For example, we can give them the cash reward, okay, or like it can be like merchandise. It can be the travel reward. So you see, like, depends on the nature of the product, depends on the amount of sales that they have to achieve, depends on the company performance, depends on the available budget that we can spend for sales contest. Then the rewards may be different. For the rest with like selling prices, small sales revenue, the rewards might be just a small reward. But for example, like those automobile companies, you know Volvo, right? You know Volvo. I used to have a friend like Volvo sales manager. Now he's opening Italian restaurant already. Okay, that Volvo sales manager, you see, like usually when they had the contest in Volvo company, the reward were something like, you know, like the trip to Europe. See? So it depends on the company performance and also available budget. Okay, you may come up with the appropriate one. So that's about sales contest. Assume that you guys are my sales people, okay? And within those 3 months, assume that I will have 3 rewards. The first reward will be, for example, like 2 baht gold chain, 3 baht gold chain. 3 baht means almost 70,000 baht already, okay? And the second prize will be in whatever. So you see, like within 3 months, which one will get the highest sales that we set? The first person to achieve the sales that we set, that will be the winner. Then for the second prize, who will achieve that sales as a second person and so on. Okay, that is kind of like motivating our salespeople to put more effort in a short period of time, so that for salespeople, that is good that they get a reward. For the company, we can also boost our sales, especially during the low season. But the other one is recognition program. For the recognition program, we do it like usually like yearly basis. Okay, you may notice that the pictures are different, right? So recognition programs are also like some special programs that we use to motivate our salespeople. Now I will tell you how sales contest and recognition, how they are different. Okay, sales contest, short term. Let's talk about similarity first, how they are the same. Okay, the similarity is both sales contest and recognition programs are special programs in order to make our salespeople put extra effort in performing their activities. Okay, that is a similarity, extra program. Okay, what about second similarity? Sales contest and recognition, we give them something for their achievement. We give them something. The difference is sales contest, the rewards are more like monetary value. Recognition, the rewards are like trophy or medal. Here you look at the pictures. They are less valuable in terms of money, right? But more focused on like pride, okay? Sales contests are short term, 1 to 3 months only. Recognition, usually we do it in a yearly basis. Sales contest, we focus only on the sales that they achieve within that contest period. But recognition, we look at overall performance of salespeople, not only the sales. We look overall. That means that how many calls they make, how many reports they turn in, and so on. Then at the end of the year, we will pick the best one, for example, like the best salesperson of the year, the most outstanding sales executive, and so on. That kind of award. Can you guys follow about these two?
Yes.
All right, so in terms of Maslow hierarchy of needs, when we come back to Maslow, then what do you think? Love, belonging, starting from basic, right here. Physiological, basic, biological needs. Second, safety. And the third, love and belonging. For these three, okay, for these three lower levels, or we can say that salespeople who are having those lower level needs, then we should use sales contest. We attract them, we motivate them by using financial rewards. But for self-esteem and self-actualization, then we should focus on recognition programs because they expect respect and achievement in their life, in their career. Is that okay, guys?
Yes.
So this is about chapter 11. Is there any question or any topic that you want me to repeat? Everyone is quiet, so there is no question. Okay, shall we go to chapter 12? Students,
Yes.
do you guys remember this slide? I'll give you 3 minutes. You guys go back and find out where you saw that in before midterm part. We did that before midterm. find out only this minute. Under which topic? Anyone can tell me or not? Anyone, can you tell me? No answer? Oh my God. What is wrong with you guys? All right. Since I'm not getting cooperation, since I'm not getting responses, since I'm not getting attention from my students, I feel very bad. I don't know. That's your review. You review by yourself. Chapter 12 is about compensating salespeople. That is like considering how we will pay them. What are the expenses we will have when we hire them? Okay, so of course, salary, bonus, commission, and other expenses. When we look at this figure, this is a customer product metrics that you study in before midterm part. I think at least you study twice already. Okay, so that's your review. You review by yourself. So what we are going to do now is in and new business development, we should use like greater portion of incentives. Okay, since they have to put more effort and new business development, new selling new product to the new customer, totally new. They have to put maximum effort. Therefore, we have to motivate them. We have to pay them higher incentives. For example, like focusing a lot on commission when they do, and also the bonuses when they are successful. Okay. For leverage selling, that is like selling the new product to the same group of customers. So we can focus on salary plus some incentive. But for account management, and we can use only salary that is possible. So remember that we have 4 different quadrants, 4 different situations, and our compensation method that we use can be different. Okay? So conversion, selling, new business, leverage, and account management, you review by yourself. You are not answering me. Okay, now let's go to this table, compensating salespeople. You need to read this table. Here on the left-hand side, these are the components that we can use. And on the right-hand side, these are the details. For example, salary. Salary we focus on like asking them to do non-selling activities, providing the services as well. Okay, we know that when salespeople sell the product, when we pay them commission, then what happens? They sell the product, they get a commission, they can achieve high sales, they can get high commission, because the way we calculate the commission will be sales revenue multiplied by percentage commission. But what about non-selling activities? To perform non-selling activities, we have to motivate them by paying salary, okay? Because non-selling activities, even though they perform, they don't get a commission. Therefore, we use salary so that they will be performing those non-selling activities as well, including like services, okay? So, blah, blah, blah. You read this table by yourself, the components that we can use each, and you know, okay, the details. Now, let's come to this table, the use of compensation plan. We have many plans. It depends on the company, okay? The first one will be straight salary. If you look at this table, we do not pay attention to the percentage here. You forget about them. You forget about them, okay? So now we will see one by one and which one should be appropriate. You guys know what is salary, right? Salary. When we pay salary to our salespeople or to our employee, salary will be the amount of money that we pay to our employees in a regular interval. Remember, regular interval. That means it can be like weekly, it can be monthly, right? Usually, when we say salary, we mean monthly basis. Some companies pay like weekly basis. That is kind of like wage, okay? So no matter what we use, wage or salary, then that is one method that we can use, okay? So here in sales, the salary, okay, usually will be given to our salespeople according to monthly basis. As I said, depends on the company, but generally companies use like monthly basis, okay? So even though those new salespeople with very, very few background experiences, or even there is no experiences and no sales, they still have the income for living by paying them using salary. Okay, so that is one thing. The next one would be trade commission. Trade commission is paying them commission only, nothing else. So you might use this when you use like independent sales agent, okay? You study already that for independent sales agent, since they work for many different suppliers, they also work for us. By paying them the, commission, we can attract them to pay attention on us. So usually when we pay them straight commission, the way we calculate the commission will be, as I said just now, total sales revenue if the sales are zero, they do not get any commission. We don't have expenses. If the sales are very high, then we have high expenses because high sales revenue by percentage commission, they earn a lot. Okay, and the next one will be combination plan. For combination plans, definitely we combine more than one. Okay, so for the combination plan, here we can combine salary and bonus, and also salary and commission, or we can even combine all of them together. We call it complete compensation plan. Okay, so we will come to the combination plan later on, But when we come to straight salary, you have this slide here. Do you guys find it in the original set? Do you guys find it? Or if you cannot find it, you don't have it, take the screenshot. This is a summary of advantages and disadvantages of using salary. Get it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, next. Commission. Also the summary of advantages and disadvantages for commission. Take the screenshot. Done? Guys?
Yes.
Okay. So now, have you seen this before? Have you seen something like this before? Yoo-hoo, wake up. Yes, you did. Come on, guys. Right after the midterm, when you study break-even sales volume, you saw something like this already, right? That is like here on the horizontal line, paying the salary only to the sales force, and here here this line, that is the cost of using independent agents paying commission only. Do you remember that? The total cost of using straight salary to our sales force. This is the total cost of using independent agents. We pay them commission. The intersection point, we call that as break-even sales volume. Remember that. Students. Students.
Yes.
Don't forget that you have 5% participation, okay? I don't know what is wrong with you guys today. In this class, we will go for combination plan, and we can start chapter 13. Now, what I want to tell you is, well, for the compensation plan, now we study straight salary and straight commission. Straight salary, we pay only salary. Straight commission, we pay only commission. So when we should use these two, right? Just now I told you already. Another thing is how much we should pay. So for the salary or even the commission, salary will be amount of money, right? Commission will be in terms of like percentage, how many percent. So based on that, then we multiply with the, sales revenue that they achieve. Okay, listen. We have different choices. You can pay higher salary. That means that if you look at your company, okay, you are using only salary, nothing else. So your salespeople income will be depending only on salary. So not to have trouble with the income, you don't pay them commission. Therefore, your salary should be high enough to cover all their expenses. Okay, if you use straight salary alone. Your salary should be high enough to cover all their expenses. So what about paying commission? The same thing, if you pay higher commission, higher percentage, you can attract the best paid people in the industry, isn't it? It has its own standard. For example, just an example, okay, just an example. Automobile industry, in the car industry, assume that automobile salespeople are receiving the basic salary starting from 18,000 baht. In this case, then that 18,000, that is the standard, plus commission. But if you think that you are not going to give any commission, you are paying only salary. In this case, then your salary should be higher than the standard, so that they will be able to have like enough income. Get it? So for the commission also, there will be the standard of the industry. You can follow the standard, you can pay higher or lower. For straight salary, suitable for using your own sales force, you hire them, train them, motivate them, coach them, they are your employees. But for the straight commission, this is suitable for independent agents and middlemen. So whether you should pay like higher than the industry, lower than the industry, equal to industry, it depends on your available budget, okay, depends on the company performance, and also depends on, okay, I said. So one thing to be careful is, as a sales manager, make sure that your salespeople will have enough income so that they will be able to pay for their living. Okay, guys? Can you follow up to now?
Yes.
All right, so I think I will stop the lecture today here because the next topic is too long. So next class will be on next Monday. We will be doing this chapter, finishing that, and we might be able to start chapter 13. So what I want to suggest you is, guys, please pay attention. Work on the assignment, okay? I uploaded another file, another format, that is the Microsoft Word. So you can, type in. You can type in the numbers. Please do not make any changes, okay? You just type in your answer. So that is one thing. Another thing is, probably next week, guys, those who have the trouble with the product, those who still don't know, okay, which product to do and whatever thing, then next week we have time for discussion. You will be discussing with me about your trouble. Guys?
Yes.
And next week, remind me to show you the online role play example. I found the file, so I can show you how